Hi YouTube, it's Ty, and I'm getting myself set up here so that we can do this live stream today. Let me see, and it is a call-in live stream, so hoping to hear from you all on this one. Let me get my screen set up so that I can watch as comments come in, if comments come in, and let's see what happens with this stream on today. Hope that everyone is doing well while I'm getting myself set up. I can't see anything just yet, but I'm working on it. Let's see here. Here we go. All right. And I'm in the stream, waiting to get there. Okay. So here we go. Great. Okay, so while we are waiting for everyone to come in, and thank you all for being here. Everybody who's already here, thank you for that thumbs up, whoever that was. I appreciate it. We are going to do this as a call-in stream, but I decided, oh, hi, Well, thank you for coming in. Hello. And Bobby, thank you for coming back in. Thank you. Happy New Year to you. I appreciate you for being here. Trey Dub, hey, thank you for being here. Hoping to get some calls in on this. So let me know, please, if you have a YouTube channel, let us know that you have a YouTube channel so that we can show you some love, maybe, you know, go and support your channel. Any YouTubers in here who have channels, please let us know so that we can get some support going for all of ourselves. Hi, Mrs. LP and Drive Shaft Drew. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. If there's someone who is ready to go on and give us a call to get the call-in stream started, let me know, because I have not opened the conference line yet. Okay, let us know what kind of channel you have, Drive Shaft Drew, so that we can take a look and see, you know, if we can get you some support for your channel. Thank you. This topic, I'll be on the sideline. Okay, well, I appreciate you, whether you're going to call in or just participate in the chat or just listen. I appreciate it. So I've decided to do the first 10 minutes a little differently and not just wait for a call, but if someone wants to call in, then please just let me know. If you're compelled, then I'll go on and get the phone line started. But everybody usually wants to know what my opinion is on a topic first, so I decided to start my call-in streams like that. But I am watching the chat as I'm talking to you also, just in case. Hello, M1 Uno. That is my fiance in the chat. I appreciate you for being here. So just in case anybody wants to cut me off and just get your call in, and let me know. But here's what we have today. An old episode of Lip Service, which is, I guess, a podcast of Angela Yee, who's on The Breakfast Club, a show that I no longer listen to, haven't listened to in a while. Yeah, I don't I don't really like any of those people on The Breakfast Club. But anyway, she had had a podcast called Lip Service. And there was an interview that she did. Thank you, well. There's an interview that she did with Cyn Santana. And I know that a lot of the people in my stream who are, you know, in this audience, they don't necessarily watch a lot of reality TV the way that I do. But Cyn Santana is someone from Love and Hip Hop. She was on seasons before, and then she was gone for a few seasons. Now she's back this season. Okay, Uno. So can everyone hear me? Uno's saying that he can't hear me, but I think that it's because he's listening to something else. So let me know if you're having any trouble hearing me. Let's see here. So again, back to the topic. Angela Yee was interviewing Cyn Santana, who is I'll say a reality TV personality. And in the interview, it came up that Cyn Santana said, okay, thank you, Mrs. LP. I appreciate you. And well, thank you for letting me know. She says that Black men cater to Latino women. So she doesn't date Latinos. And I want to know if you all think that that is the truth. Thank you, Drive Shaft Drew, for letting me know. I appreciate that. It kind of seems like, to a degree, that is the truth to me. I think that a lot of non-Black women often feel superior to Black women because of Black men and some of the things that that Black men say to non-Black women about them and about us, and even I think that sometimes Black women ourselves are the cause of it. Hi JD, thank you so much for coming in. So yeah, and I'll play you all the clip just in case anyone hasn't heard the clip of the interview. But there is a part where Cyn Santana is basically just mocking Black women, saying, "Oh, they're gonna take it personal that I said this." So what I want to encourage Black women to do, instead of taking this on as some personal thing and begging Black men to love you, use this as ammunition to expand your dating options. Your outrage won't change the way that some Black men feel about you or feel about us. And also use this as ammunition to uplift women who look like you. And that's why I say that part of this is on us, because a lot of the times as Black women, we spend a lot of time idolizing and fetishizing non-Black women as well. And so, if we don't even think that we're beautiful, why is any group of men going to think that we're beautiful collectively? And so I just want us to check ourselves on how we respond to things like this, instead of getting all outraged about it. Just, hey, we can do better, right? Because we can't control what anyone else is doing. We can only control what we're doing. And so I'm curious to know, though, where are the Black men online checking Cyn, and saying, "Hey girl, that's not true. We like Black women. We love Black women. I don't see it." So again, I just want to encourage Black women to stop being outraged and just be unbothered by this. Look at who Cyn Santana is with. Joe Budden. Again, this is someone I had never heard of. Apparently he had some really hot rap song. I don't remember what it was called, but now he has a really huge podcast, is doing well. He's back on Love and Hip Hop. And the only thing that I knew of him before was when he was on Love and Hip Hop, using drugs and being physically abusive to his girlfriend. I think that he even kicked a pregnant girlfriend in the stomach. This is who she has. And look at the situation that she's in, at least on the show at this point, pregnant. She got pregnant. Now she has a baby, has no ring, has no commitment from him, but she's saying that he caters to her. Black women, if this is what we're missing out on, then let it go. Don't let that affect you. So all that I really know, when I think of Joe Budden, I just think of a former drug addict and a woman beater. So this isn't somebody who we should be wanting, just let it go, y'all. There are men out there who want women who look like you, and you have to like women who look like you, and stop putting other women on pedestals, and we do it, y'all. We're guilty of it. If we're honest with ourselves, I think that we can admit that as a collective group of women, oh my gosh, I love the way that her hair just blows in the wind, and we talk about white women, or, I don't know, whatever, I love the way that, her whatever, I'm trying to think of some characteristic of Latino women that we might say. But anyway, y'all know what I mean. Hi Maya, so classy. Thank you for, is it Maya or Maya? I'm reading that as Maya. If I'm saying it wrong, then please correct me. So yeah, and Cyn goes on to say, y'all can keep those Puerto Rican men because they're too emotional, they're too possessive, they're too controlling, and she's like, I do Black guys all day. And that just sounds so trashy to me. I get to the farm. And so, and then she's, Black guys, they cater to us Spanish girls, especially. Oh, but let me not get into that because Black girls going to take it personal, and then her hood voice, she's just like, Black girls are going to be like, fuck that, and so it's just like, okay, so basically she's mocking us. She's mocking us as a group of women. And again, she's, she also does say, well, she doesn't mind messing with a Latino man, but he's got to have a little bit of color because, I like the way the dark-skinned dick looks. So here's yet another woman fetishizing Black men, not because they're great providers, not because they're so intelligent or not because they're such great fathers. Nope, it's just the dick. I like the way that dick looks. So, yeah, I'll take them with a little bit of color, for that reason. So, yeah. So why are people on social media looking for Angela Yee of all people to stand up for Black women? She is half Black, but I've never just seen Angela Yee some kind of social activist. I see a lot of people like, well, why didn't Angela Yee speak up for Black women? When does she ever? So anyway, I promise you that she said what she said. That Cyn Santana said what she said without a care, without a drop of care for Black women or how Black women feel, because she's been having Black men gassing up her head for probably as long as since she's been 13, telling her how beautiful she is, how much better she looks than regular Black women, so to speak. Hey, you're not ready, 365. Thank you for coming in. That's his wife, Mrs. LP. They're both my moderators in here, and I love having them here. And then so, like I said, this was an old interview that somebody dug up, but now she's trying to backpedal and apologize and, no, I didn't mean it that way. But yes, Cyn Santana, you meant what you said, and I feel like she gave the apology because a lot of her followers on social media are Black women. Hi, Tammy. Thank you so much for coming in. I love Tammy. I love everybody. Thank you all for being here. I feel like she knows that she can't upset that base of fans because other, Latina women really aren't checking for her like that. They look just like her. The Black women are the ones who fetishize her, who think she's so pretty. She's, she was body goals, I guess before she had her baby. She's hair goals. She's relationship goals because she's got this fucked up relationship with this fucked up ass Joe Budden. So, Black women, we're the ones, following her. So she's got to come out and make that apology and say, oh, no, that's not what I meant. Y'all took it out of context or whatever. And y'all know I don't read those bullshit ass apologies because when I don't believe them, I just don't bother reading them. I just think that people are saying stuff. So hell, somebody's got to use her code to buy that flat tummy tea that she's selling on Instagram or whatever her gig is right now. So yeah, she better make that apology. And her chief complaint on Love and Hip Hop this season seems to be how she's not getting any dick from her man, from Joe Budden, and she's letting him know, well, everybody else in the world basically wants to fuck me, so I don't know what your problem is. And so, but yet and still she's saying that Black men cater to Latina women. And actually what she said was Spanish women. I'm not going to say that because to me that sounds so fucking ignorant. I hate when people call women who speak Spanish Spanish. She is as Spanish as I am English. Is anybody looking at my Black ass and thinking that I'm an English woman? No, you speak Spanish because, but like, no, you're American as fuck. You're domestic as fuck. You're from, New Jersey or New York. There's nothing truly exotic about you. You're like every other girl there who speaks Spanish. I just hate when people say that. Like, yeah, I'm not from the UK because I speak English. I don't, anyway, so whatever. But like I said, yet and still, her point, Black men cater to these Latina women, but here you are on national television begging for your man to have sex with you, begging for some attention for your man. You just had his baby. He hasn't even married you. He didn't make you a wife before he made you a mother, but these men cater to you. Okay, Cyn Santana. And clearly, obviously, we're not talking about all Black men who are out there just gassing up these non-Black women's heads. Obviously, it's not all Black men. So I'm not going to sit here and put all Black men into one category. But the ones who are not that way are not the ones who are vocal. Hi, Bearded Yakin. Did I tell you that I tagged you in that video? Good evening, y'all. I love Bearded Yakin. He's one of my favorite people. Let's see here. And so anyway, there's not a balance of comments from Black men when it comes to the disrespect for Black women versus those who uplift them. What I see on social media is a lot more Black men dissing Black women than, than showing them respect. Where were the men who were like, nah, Cyn Santana, well, we can't rock with you on this one. We love our Black women, but you're not gonna. Well, I won't say you're not gonna see it. Hopefully, one day we will see it, but I don't see it. So anyway, again, nothing wrong with interracial relationships. I'd be a hypocrite if I said that there was something wrong with them. I am in one of them. Nothing wrong with them in my book, but you can be in an interracial relationship without dissing the entire opposite sex of your own race. And I don't know exactly what Cyn Santana is. I don't know if she's Dominican. I think she's Dominican. But like how she kind of just grouped all Puerto Rican men into one category. They're too possessive. They're too controlling. Yada yada yada. Like I'm just not here for that. And so with that said, I'm going to play a snippet of the interview just in case you all didn't hear it. Let me know if you all are able to hear this. It's a very short. I think it's less than a minute, so that y'all can hear it. And this is what everybody is basing these comments on social media today. And then we'll go on and open the phone lines in case anybody wants to call. So that's how I'll start to open these call-in lines, by giving you all a little bit of a monologue, I guess, and letting you know what my opinion is instead of just waiting for a call to come in. So y'all do have some content instead of just waiting for me to get the party started, so to speak. So let me get to that. Let me get the volume up. So y'all do have some content instead of just waiting for me to get the party started, so to speak. I have to mute myself so that y'all can hear this. And here we go.
I just love Black guys, Spanish together.
Y'all
can keep the Puerto Rican men. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good on a Puerto Rican man too.
What does that mean, Cyn? I do Black guys all day. So I did the
Spanish too.
I did the Spanish thing. Doesn't work out for me. I'm good.
Why? What's wrong with guys that are Hispanic?
I don't know. I think they're too emotional.
You don't think
Black guys are very overly possessive,
They are. The Puerto Ricans? Oh my God.
Black guys can be possessive too.
Yeah, but they're
controlling.
They
no, Hispanic men are very possessive though.
Hispanic men are way more possessive. And Black guys cater to us Spanish girls, especially. Like you know what? Let me not even get into it.
She's gonna get herself in trouble now. The Black girls,
They're gonna be I didn't mean it like that, but Black girls gonna take it personal.
They'll be like,
No, but
I'm good. I'm done with the poppies.
But for me, even my Latino men, I like them a little bit with some color, because I like the way the dark-skinned dick looks.
Okay. So there we have
dark-skinned dick looks.
Okay. So yeah, there we have that. So there we have dark-skinned dick looks. Okay, let me mute that. Okay, can you all still hear me? Hi, Annie Johnson. Yeah, exactly. What a combo, Tammy. So let me get the phone line open in case anybody has anything they want to say about this stuff. I'm getting signed into the call-in stream right now. I'm getting signed into the chat, and the phone lines are about to be open. Can you all still hear me? Okay, thank you, Mrs. LP. I appreciate it.
Please enter your PIN number. Thank you. Joining the conference now. You are currently the only person in this conference.
Okay. I'm the only person in the conference, so the line is open. If anybody would like to call and has an opinion on this topic or just wants to talk about it, the number is in the description box for this video, but I'll tell you it's 1-347-514-7210. And again, it is a conference line, so you'll need the PIN number, which is 1685373. And from this point, since I've given a little bit of content in this video and letting you know my thoughts on the situation. I will wait 5 minutes and see if we get a call in. If we don't get a call in within the first 5 minutes of the phone line being open, then we'll go on and scrap the topic and just say, well, maybe this wasn't the topic for our particular chat. But I would love to hear from you, would love to hear what you think. I would like for it to just be that, you know, when I do it like this, and I do kind of like the idea of doing a quote unquote monologue at the start of this. I would like for that to really be the only time my voice is heard, other than to say, hello, caller, what's your name and from where are you calling? So we'll go for a few more minutes. I'll stop at, let's say, 9:29 on my computer's clock. So we'll go for 5 minutes. And I want to know what you think. If you're too shy to call in, let me know in the chat what you think about this. Tammy just said, hey, you know, wow, what a combo. Yeah, that is an interesting combo. I agree, Tammy. I don't know what else to say about it other than everything that I've already said. So I'm curious, though, to know what you all think from this point. You know exactly what I think. And thank you all for letting me know that you can hear me. But I want to know what you all think about it. We have, like I said, about 5 minutes left. If we don't get a call, we'll scrap it. But you all know how I feel about the topic. I really, really, really want to know what you think. So I'd love to have your call. Again, that call-in number is in the description box for this video. But just in case you need it, it's 1-347-514-7210 with a PIN number, because it is a conference line that you'll need. And that PIN number is 168-5373. So yeah, you guys, but the question is, did she lie? I don't feel that in general she did. I feel like she told the truth. I just hate when people say what they mean, that they apologize for it. Like, no, girl, like, you said what you said and you meant what you said. So don't issue these phony apologies now because you think that Black girls are going to stop following you on Instagram. Like, go on and stick with your truth if that's your truth, right? So we have another 4 minutes left. If we don't get a call on the stream, we'll go on and scrap this stream. Well, we won't scrap the whole stream. Let's see here. Tammy says, whatever happened to respect of just liking a person for who they are and not about color and physical attributes? Thankfully, you know, I think that for a lot of people that does still exist, but obviously, you know, those kinds of stories don't make the blogs. They're not interesting enough to talk about, you know? So I guess, you know, this is where we are. And, you know, it's something that interests me, though. Y'all know that I always like talking about race and relationships. And so here we are. I don't see where Cyn Santana lied, but I think that it was disingenuous, I guess, of her to issue that apology, because I think that she meant every word of what she said. Let's see, we have 3 minutes left. And if we don't get a call, I'll go on and shut it down. But at the very least, you all know how I feel on the topic, but I want to know what you all think about it. So again, the call-in number, if you want to call in. Hey, Rido boy, thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. That's our man in the UK. That is my live stream ride or die. He was here with me when I had nobody listening to my channel. Nobody tuned into my channel. He was here with me, and I thank God for him. Tammy says, I'm an old ancient married woman and glad not to be in the shark pit. Yeah, I understand that, Tammy. I can relate to how you feel. So if you all do want to get a call in, we got 2 minutes left before I scrap this stream, or we can talk about something else. But we got 2 minutes left, and the call-in number is in the description box for this video. If you need the number is 1-347-514-7210, and it's a conference line that you're calling into, so you'll need a PIN number, and that PIN number is 168-5373. I want to know what you think about this topic. Do Black men cater to Spanish women? Let's see. Right Up Boy says Joe don't want to have sex with her anymore. Of course she's bitter. Now, actually, Right Up Boy, you could be onto something there, but the clip from the interview that I played, it is an old clip from an old podcast of Angela Yee's. called, let's see, I'm looking back at my notes because I already forgot the name of this podcast, Lip Service. I don't follow Angela Yee. I don't follow any of those Breakfast Club characters. And so, yeah, but I just think that it's ironic that here she was just a couple of years ago bragging about how Black men cater to Latina women. And then here we fast forward to today, she's on Love and Hip Hop begging her Black man to have sex with her. Let's see here. Tammy says the 21st of this month is my 30th wedding anniversary. Yes. So you all, that's like a big week for us here on this channel because there's a couple things going on with Tammy, and I take my test for my construction quality management on the 25th. So that's like huge. But yeah, like Tammy, major congratulations for that. 30 years, that is a feat. So let's see, if something would happen, I guess, to us, I'll be happy to be alone. Oh yeah, I can understand that. JD sends you congratulations and so does Bearded Yakin. He got a babe from her, so now he's on to the next. Well, apparently, I guess in real life, right up where I guess, or in real time, he has at least proposed to her at this point. But again, you know, he made her a mother before he made her a wife. And so it's just like, where's all this special treatment, you know, that you were bragging about that you get from them? He treated you just like anybody else, you know, would be treated. Oh, that's okay. I know what you mean, Tammy. I've learned to be good at spell checking as I read, because I think that people kind of get excited, you know, or you know, don't really like just. I mean, this is not a spelling class or an English class. Mary Yakin says he has survived 7 years so far. Well, then that's good. 7 is a good number. And at this point, I'm going to say, we're not really on this topic because nobody's called in. So I'm going to go on and shut the phone line down. And I'm going to ask you, let's see here. Righto Boy is still in here talking to me. He said, no, Joe, don't do it. She seems like, oh, no, Joe, don't do it. She seems like a crazy. Yeah, something does seem like it's wrong with her. She definitely seems immature. And it's funny to me that, you know, he keeps calling himself the old man, or I guess if that's the name that he was kind of given, because I guess the younger hip hop community was saying that he's out of touch, but he's only 38. And I must say, though, that's a hard 38, especially for the way that Black people tend to age. He looks a good 50 something. I think that he maybe messed with those drugs for too long or something. He looks terrible for 38. I don't have another way to say it. He looks like shit for 38 years old. So yeah. But he's older than she is, and so maybe a little bit of it is just immaturity. I don't know, but I refuse to like sit here and like really like literally try to like analyze a Love and Hip Hop union. I think that they both got some issues. Like that's for sure. Let's see here. He said, yeah, she is about 10 years younger than him or so. Tammy says she met her husband when she was 15 and he was 16. He was my first date and a pain in the butt. I've never listened to his podcast, right? When I hear a lot of people say that it's good, I've heard clips from it. That's the whole state of the culture thing. I've heard clips from it, and what I've heard is just like trash. I can't knock him, though. Obviously, it's a very successful, you know, podcast, and you know, so like someone who's like in a lane and doing way better than I am, like I will never like knock them and come across as some kind of a hater. Like, oh, she's, you know, doesn't even have 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. Of course, she's gonna, you know, be hate, you know. So no, it's not like that. I can't, you know, begrudge him or knock his success, but he's just not. For me, he's not my brand of entertainment. That's all I can say. Oh, wow. Beardy Yakin says, my wife was my supervisor at my old job. Then the company found out and laid you off. Oh, my goodness. How did you get in with the supervisor? Now, okay, this is like a whole new stream now all of a sudden. Who in here is booed up? Okay, Mrs. LP. Mrs. LP and You Not Ready 365. Y'all gonna tell us how y'all met? Why were you messing with your supervisor? That's okay. Like, I need to know like how this happened. Like, that's interesting to me. Y'all know sometimes we go off on tangents here. We dated for a year, then got married. So how did you just have the confidence to step to your supervisor? Men don't typically do that. Let's see here. Right Up Boy says it's really just a hip hop podcast. So if you're not really into hip hop, I would say pass it. Yeah, I'm not into this new age hip hop. So I'm guessing that that's probably what he would be talking about. So I will pass on it. But thanks for letting me know though, because yeah, and I mean I hear good things from a lot of people. Like a lot of people I actually enjoy watching on YouTube. They say that his podcast is really good, and I'm just not there. So okay, so now it's just turning into one of those things where I'm rambling because we didn't get any calls in about the topic. So anybody got anything else to say? Because I can totally end this stream and go to bed a little bit early tonight. But it's up to y'all. Y'all tell me if y'all want to keep talking. I'm really curious about. I really want to know more about Bearded Yakin and the situation. Like these men who have the nerve to just step to their supervisors. Like that's hey, lady, I want to take you out. Like, what was your line? Like that seems crazy. Let's see here. And y'all listen. I guess you had to keep it on wraps for that year that you were dating. Like. How did that work out? That's wild. Right Up Boy says, I wish I had a girlfriend right now, but I just live in the single life. That's all right. You'll find that girl one day. She'll just pop up somewhere on you, and then it's just gonna happen. Let's see. JD says, met my husband in 1993. He moved into my apartment complex, and I swooped in. Oh, okay, so so you were checking him out while he was unloading the U-Haul, and said you're not gonna give anybody else a chance. I like that. Let's see here. Get your sleep, Ty. Will keep you looking hella young. Yes, I know that getting my beauty rest is paramount, and myself looking as young as I do. They think that I'm a freaking kid at my job, you guys. They think that I'm in construction management, and I've been doing this almost 20 years. But they literally asked me today, like the president of the company came into town to check on the project that I'm working on. I'm working on renovating some barracks for some army soldiers. And the president of my company came in town, and yeah, I had on a t-shirt that said adultish. I wear my jeans and my steel toe boots and all that. And so he asked me if I was a millennial. It was the funniest thing, but like, and everybody in that office was like, oh yeah, Ty is a millennial. Oh my gosh, look at her, yada, yada, yada. I was like, I'm 42 fucking years old. I'm probably, I'm definitely in the same age range as everybody who was there, maybe just a tad bit younger than some of them. And I'm probably, a little bit older than some of the ones who were in there. Let's see here. Vida Yakin says, well, went out for drinks one night, and then back to her place and rocked her world, and then started dating a month later. Wait a minute. So, did you rock her world on the first night, Bearded Yakin? That's hilarious. Let's see here. Right Up Ways. Okay, cool. He says, believe me, I am. Well says, I don't approach any women anymore unless in a club looking for fun. Okay. So what, are you enjoying the single life? Is that what it is? Tammy says, we bought a king size bed for space, then got a puppy, and now she is she's our bed hog. Yeah, I know how that goes. Let's see here. Hi, Nay West. How are you doing? Nay West, thank you, because that's a new name for me. And if you have a YouTube channel, let us know, because I do like for the YouTubers in here to support each other. But if you are here for the topic, what I do is hold up. Wait, I'm in the lotion now, trying to keep myself looking. Okay, okay. To keep yourself looking young. Never mind. My head is back at, I don't have a woman and I just saw lotion. Never mind. Never mind that. Let's see here. Will took some game talk for a week. Okay, not bad. Okay, I haven't gotten one yet, but for some reason I have a ton of subscribers for no reason. That's hilarious. Okay. So y'all, Nay West does not have a channel, but hey, if you want to subscribe, you can join. She has a lot of subscribers. You can join the list if you want. But Nay, just to let you know, what I do on these topics when I do a call-in stream. Thank you, You're Not Ready 365. I appreciate that. And all I've really done is a monologue today. I don't even feel like I'm working enough for y'all to give me anything today. Thank you so much. And I'm going to get this fucking PayPal shit figured out, because y'all are the only ones I have not been able to donate to. I was able to donate to Tammy. I was able to donate to Animations Real. I was able to donate to Doron. Like, all of my other PayPal things are going through, but for some reason it's not letting me do y'all, and I don't know why, but I'm going to get it figured out. And because I just appreciate y'all. Like, y'all don't have to do that for me. You're Not Ready 360, and I'm saying y'all because You're Not Ready 365 and Mrs. LP, they are man and wife, and so I just look at them as one. When I'm talking to, I might be talking to one, but I'm addressing both of them. Oh, Jersey Kickboxing wants to call in. Okay, well, hold up. Let's get back to the topic. So, just Nay West, if you're still in here, I was trying to explain to you before I got sidetracked that, and thank you again so much for that super chat. Y'all know I really do appreciate it. I was trying to explain to you that what I'm doing with these live calls streams is I'll come in now, I'll do a monologue to let people know my opinion on my topic, and then I will open the phone lines. And if we don't get a call on the topic within the first 5 minutes, then I'll just scrap the topic and say people must not want to talk about it. But I should have known that if Jersey Kickboxing was coming in, that he would have something to say. So Jersey Kickboxing, give me a second, y'all. I'm going to reopen the phone lines so that we can get this party started. Let's see here. Give me just a minute, Jersey Kickboxing. I'm getting it set up.
Please enter your PIN number. Thank you. Joining the conference now. You are currently the only person in this conference.
Okay, so the conference line is open again because Jersey Kickboxing said that he wanted to call in on the topic. So thank you for sticking with us, Nay West. I do appreciate it. And I'll just wait to see if he calls and if we get any other calls. And we'll go on and revive the stream. Trying to make it go to at least... you know what? I haven't been timing this. We'll try to make it go to at least 10 o'clock and we'll see what happens. So Jersey Kickboxing, the line is open for you or anyone else who wants to call. And we have our first call on the line. Will you please tell us your name and from where you are calling?
Daquan, calling from Jersey.
Hey, Daquan, calling from Jersey. Okay, so that is Jersey Kickboxing, by the way. He did type in the stream a little bit earlier to say that he was calling. So a new YouTuber, brand new YouTuber. So if y'all will check him out, if he doesn't, he only talks controversy on my channel, but on his channel, if you wanted to learn about some martial arts, then that's the place to go for that. So please check him out. Okay, so what do you have to say about the topic, Jersey Kickboxing?
Wow.
And hold on just a second. Hi, Animations Real. Thank you for coming in. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Uh-huh.
Cyn Santana.
Yes. Are y'all able to hear him? Go ahead.
It was so funny when you brought that up because with the Chrissy picture, I was like, I know she won't be up, but Chrissy was the first person on that video.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I do that. I'm like, damn. I don't know. It's just like, I think that's how she feels. So what? If you know that your fight like you to do, fuck what she say.
Wait, say that again. What was that last thing you said? If you know that your black man treats you good.
If your black man treats you right, why would she bother you? Even bother you?
Well, okay, and see that's the thing. If she had said to me, and I don't, and I guess you probably missed my monologue because I don't think that this is something that should bother any black woman. But it wasn't that she was saying that my black man treats me good. She says that black men cater to Latino women. So in other words, like they treat us better than they treat black women. And so it was a diss. It was a little bit of a diss, but I don't. Yeah, it was, but I still, like you said, I don't think that it's anything that should bother black women. I think that because by this point, Jersey Kickboxing, I kind of feel like, or Daquan, you said Daquan, so I kind of feel like we should be used to the sneak dissing at this point. And for me, I say rather than letting it take us to a point of anger and frustration and acting out on, social media and, like to the point where it looks like we're begging for black men to love us. Please, please, please don't leave us for those Latinos.
That's how I feel about Chris's channel.
Well, I don't want to get into someone else's channel. I told you, like, I mean, and I love Chrissy. I love and appreciate Chrissy, and I love what she does for black women because nobody else is out here doing anything, to uplift black women. And go ahead.
I think these channels do more hurt us than help.
You think that they do more to hurt than help? Who are they hurting?
Well, it's just hurt. Like, they do more in the community to hurt, make it argue than help. Like, look at a lot of these channels getting crawling on the attention. It's just like, damn, like, they hate us. They hate being black a lot there also. But then they try to put themselves up there, but I don't do that. I get sad when I watch it.
Well, then you shouldn't watch them, and you for sure should not come to my channel and talk about other people's channels. Because I love Chrissy. Let me just put it out there. I love her, and I appreciate the fact that she's doing something for dark-skinned women in particular. Because there's too much ridicule. People feel free as fuck to ridicule black women.
Right, and I donated to her too, like a lot, but I guess I hate these YouTube channels. I hate these channels.
Well, do you hate my channel?
No, I said I hate these channels when they get on a tape on other people.
Well, I've personally, and now I have to watch what she's saying about Cyn, and I'm going to watch it. And my thing was I didn't want to watch anyone's video because I knew that this was something that I wanted to talk about, and I wanted to be sure that I had, was able to just kind of state my own opinions. And what I think, honestly, is that black women, I do feel like, and even you have said, Jersey Kickboxing, that we are pretty much race loyal women, but I feel like we don't get that in return from our men. And if that were the case, like I see black men on Twitter all the time. Where were the black men who were checking Cyn Santana saying like, no, girl, don't act like, we just, here for Latino women, we like y'all too, but we like our black women. Like, there was not that. And so my thing was hearing comments like this. Let's put it all in perspective. It's an older interview. And she said what she said. I believe she meant what she said. I also believe that it's nothing that black women need to take to heart and feel bad about. Like, oh, these black men, they don't want us. Like, instead of that, just, know that some black men do. They're unfortunately, they're not the ones who are vocal and who are out here defending you on social media when everybody else is talking shit about you. But also know that black men aren't the only show you know, they're not the only show on the road. Like there are other men out there, and I don't feel like any group of men is just going to love Black women as a collective. We're not gonna looking at white men is not the answer. Looking at Latino men is not the answer. Looking at Asian men is not the answer. We're gonna have to find it individually because there isn't any group of men who is just saying, hey, Black women are the shit. Black women are where it's at. There's no group of men doing that. And so I say, use this kind of stuff as fuel to make you say, you know what, I'm just going to open my options because I do want somebody to cater to me. She's saying that she loves that Black men cater to her. I want someone who's going to cater to me, you know, and that's how I look at it.
Yeah. That's how it should be.
So do you feel like she told the truth? Do you feel like Black men cater to Latino women?
It might be good at first, but it's like something that's, you know, something that's new. You know, it's just something that's new. You don't know what's happening, but you know, you be like, man, fuck it.
So you saying at the beginning that they do, and then later on it's like, whatever, it's just another piece of ass.
And later on they're like, fuck it, you know what I mean? So.
Well, you know what you're saying kind of rings true, at least as far as the way that her relationship with Joe Budden is going, if we are to believe what we're seeing on Love and Hip Hop. Because here she is on this interview just a couple of years ago bragging about how Black men cater to Latino women. And she says Spanish women, which I broke down why I think that that's so stupid to call them Spanish instead of Latino. But anyway, she's saying that, yeah, so she's saying that, you know, they cater to Latino women, but here she is, fast forward to today, Love and Hip Hop. She's on there begging Joe Budden, of all people, with his dusty old ass, please have sex with me. Why won't you have sex with me? Everybody wants to fuck me except for you. What is wrong with you? Like, okay, but they cater to you? This man literally made you a baby mama before he made you a wife, but they cater to you? Like, girl, do you see what's going on with yourself, you know?
Crazy, right? Yeah. That's crazy. I don't know, it's just... It's like what I always say. Nobody's really going to brag about us all like that. So we can't brag about other people, you know? Like, they don't care about us.
And okay, and for the record, though, you have said the same thing, like that. But you basically say that Black men get treated the same way. Like nobody's. You say that Black people in general, we just get treated like when people talk about dating interracially, nobody's just running over. Groups of people aren't just running over to date Black people. They generally want to date white people or Asians in your world.
Yeah, except this little situation is a little different, but generally, like, they all people really just say that to date whites.
I hear you. I hear you, and I mean, to an extent, I do agree with that. You know, but I don't see groups of, you know, any race of people as a collective just saying, man, Black people, yeah, they are the best. You know, like I don't see that. So I'll give you that. You know, I agree.
When Indian people are fired or say, man, I want to marry an American, they're talking about. They ain't talking about no fucking Puerto Rican or Mexican boy.
Yeah, they're talking about white Americans.
Let me tell you, right? You know, when I was driving Uber, I just feel as though it's like a skill. Like, what?
Wait, I'm losing you. Like, we're hearing like every other word. Go ahead.
I said, it is what you're saying that reminds me of when I was driving Uber, right?
Okay.
It's almost like people are ashamed to talk to whites when with the date whites when some Black person's around because like all those other years I drove Uber on the side, there were 3 incidents that happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think the first girl was like I think she was Puerto Rican and she said, oh no, her boyfriend, he's American, he ain't Puerto Rican. I'm like, what the hell does that mean? And then I think another girl, right? Instead of saying that her boyfriend was white, that she was Latina and black, and she said, well, my boyfriend's like a poor white guy, just moved to Philly from Russia. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, why would you tell me that he was a poor white person? You shouldn't be talking to a poor one when you're educated and pretty. And you said that because I was in the car. How you gonna talk to another race and be ashamed of it?
That's a good question, but you know what? They're saying that they cannot understand you, and you're not coming in as clearly as you usually do.
Hold on. Wait, is it better now?
Is that better now? Y'all, he's asking, is that better? I can understand, but I wasn't, for me, that was a little bit better, but I think it's because I knew you were saying, is that better now? So,
Can you hear everything I'm saying now?
I can. Are y'all able to hear everything that he's saying better? Keep talking and let me see, because I'm sure that there is a slight delay. So let's see. Keep talking, and because I just don't want to lose anybody. Yeah, Right Up Voice is saying speak more. So keep talking. I'll be quiet.
Yeah, but I was saying like why? I think those were like that was from like one Puerto Rican girl, then one girl that's Hispanic and black, and I think. Yeah, so it was a couple, different, people that said. So I'm like, why are y'all talking to a race that you guys are ashamed to talk to? Like, you should say who you're talking to. Like, why do it if you're gonna be ashamed of it? You know?
I'm with you on that. Yeah, good question. Anything else before you get line? And they are saying that they are hearing you a little bit better.
Well, not much, but I think I always give black people credit because we don't like the other people. We don't worship other people. We don't fight to marry. And the ironic part is, the marriage with a black girl and a white guy, it's like he actually fought to marry the black girl. And like we don't fight to marry not black people, really. But everybody else, wants to. I call it interwhite.
Yes. On that note, I'm about to hang up on you. Oh gosh.
But you should you want to talk to them and be good. That's it. That's basically it. And try not to hate the other race that you're talking to.
That's true. That's true. You should definitely. I'm gonna put you on mute, and if you want to stay on hold, you can stay on hold. If you want to hang up and call in, then just do that too. So that was I was gonna say animation's real because I'm looking at his comment. That was Jersey Kickboxing. He has a couple of
You are currently the only person in this conference.
He has a couple of accounts. Sometimes he'll call in under his name, and sometimes he'll call in under his channel name. So yeah. Surprisingly enough, we kind of agreed on that one. Jersey Kickboxing and I don't always see eye to eye, but I appreciate him because he calls in, he'll say his comment, he'll be respectful about everything. So, we can disagree and still respect each other at the end of the day. So I always appreciate his call. Anybody else want to get a call in? Animation's Real, I saw you come in and ask what the topic is. And so tell me, are my titles not explaining it well enough? Animation's Real, did you see that there was, that Cyn Santana was trending? For those of you all who don't know who she is, she's basically just a reality TV personality. She's been on Love and Hip Hop near the beginning seasons of the show. Then she was off for a few seasons, and now she's back on this season. And an old interview surfaced or resurfaced of her. Angela Yee from The Breakfast Club has a podcast, or had a podcast, called Lip Service, in which she was interviewing Cyn Santana and it came out that Cyn Santana says that, you know, black men cater to Spanish women, you know, more so than they do to black women. I played the clip of the interview, and, you know, that got a lot of people, mostly black women, riled up on the internet when they heard this, because she was basically mocking black women, kind of like a nana and a boo boo. They like us and they don't like you type of a thing. Hey, Von D, thanks for coming in. Von D was the after party for the last live stream that we did 2 days ago. And so my question, though, is, do black men actually cater to, I put Spanish women, and I put it in quotes because that's what she said. I'm going to say Latina women, because, again, I hate when people call women who, or men who were born in this country, when they call them Spanish just because they speak Spanish, like when they're Puerto Rican or Dominican or Mexican or some shit like that. You're not from Spain, then you're not Spanish. I'm not from England and I'm not English. I speak English, but that would be the equivalent of calling me English. The way that they call these girls Spanish is so fucking stupid. So anyway, though, she was referring to herself as Spanish and saying that these black guys, they cater to Spanish women. And so I just had to throw it out there. Well, now, you know, she's on Love and Hip Hop, begging her black man to just have sex with her after she's had his baby, now that he's made her a baby mama and not a wife. So are they really catering to you, sis? That's my question. And do black men in general cater to Spanish women? Or just, and I kind of feel like in general, you know, it's just maybe non-black women. It was kind of her point. Bearded Yakin is Irish American. And You're Not Ready 365 is still in the house. So yeah, that's the topic. And I gave my take on it. And then I waited 5 minutes, because that's what I'm going to start doing now, is giving my take on everything instead of just waiting for a call to come in. I'll give my take and I'll do a monologue. Let's see. They sure do talk about Latinas and yellow bones and rap a lot. Yes, they do. Right, oh boy. They do. And not only that, I mean, some of them not only go as far as to, you know, talk about, you know, their preferences as far as yellow bones and, you know, Spanish chicks or whatever, but then they'll go as far as to also say, you know, I don't want no black chicks. I don't want no dark chicks. You know, it's like, oh my God. Like, and again, one of my points that I brought up in my monologue, if you will, is that you can have your preference and talk about your preference and uplift your preference all day long. And you can do it without dissing women who look just like you. You can do it without dissing black women. You can do it without disrespecting the women in your own race. Like, it's so fucking stupid. I'll never understand. Still waiting for rapping about darker skinned girls. Yeah, I think you might be waiting for a while, or, you know, if it's and I know, like, there might be a couple of guys out there, but they're probably not very mainstream. I guess what Von Dila, you guess every chick who is in dark skin, is that what they're rapping about? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I haven't heard it either. Oh. Thank you. You're Not Ready 365. I really do appreciate that. You have no idea. And you're going to get some freaking money back from me as soon as I crack this issue. I think I hadn't done that yet. So I'm going to PayPal myself some money and try to do it from my actual PayPal. Because I know y'all have PayPal. When y'all are monetized, obviously, it's going to be easy for me to just hit that super chat like y'all are doing for me. This is my second super chat of the night from You Not Ready 365. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And again, like, I feel like I don't even deserve it, because, like, I haven't, like, been able to get into the topic the way that I wanted to. Rapping and catering to? Rapping and catering to the okay. That quickly, I lost my train of thought, and I'm like, the catering business? They're favoring light-skinned women and you know, biracials in the catering business. But okay. I lost my train of thought. Like I said, Mondi. Okay, so I'm with you now. I'm all on the same page. Rapping and catering to everything except for dark-skinned women. Yeah, and that's another reason. Like I said, I don't really like to bring up other channels when I'm live streaming, but this isn't in a bad way. So that's one thing that I really do appreciate about Chrissy, who Daquan was saying that he's not a big fan of hers anymore. I'm always going to be a fan of Chrissy because I appreciate the fact that she goes out of her way to do something to uplift dark-skinned Black women, and that's just not happening. Rather, instead, in pop culture, the reverse of it is what's happening. Thank you very much, Nay West. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, I did. I'm just thankful that you're here. Like, we have a new person here, and I can tell when new people come because my channel is still relatively small and growing. And so thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I had me a blonde moment, y'all, for a second. Like the catering business, they don't like Chrissy. She has a channel on YouTube, Bondi. She's pretty big. She's got like 70,000 subscribers, I think, at this point. And so I just appreciate that there's somebody out there saying, dark-skinned Black women, you are beautiful. Dark-skinned women, don't take this shit when people are talking about you, because people feel too safe making jokes and just outright insulting dark-skinned women, and there's no repercussion for it. There's nobody checking them, nobody saying, hey, brother, man, don't say that. Don't do, like there is none of that. And so I appreciate that she's there. Yeah, no, obviously I don't agree with every single thing that she says. There isn't anybody on YouTube who I agree with every fucking thing that they say. Y'all know I love my Twisted Light TV with poetry, but even she and I don't see eye to eye on everything. And I love her, like, for real. Like, we talk to each other on the phone and text each other, all fucking day sometimes. But, you're just not going to agree with everyone every time. But I respect Chrissy so very much because what she's doing is needed. Off topic, but I realize most of R. Kelly's victims was darker skin, and the ones he seemed to treat a little bit better, like Aaliyah, was lighter. It kind of does seem like that. And now I'm still only 3 parts in. Right Up Boy. I'm curious about that, Nay West. And tell me, would you all like to do? I know, like the fascination has kind of died down already, and people are on to the next thing. But I would like to live stream about the R. Kelly documentary. If you all would like to, let me know if that's something that you all would like to do a call-in show about. Maybe Saturday. So I can go on and get through the rest of the parts. I've only watched the first 3 parts, and frankly, it's taking me time. Like, I have to kind of gear myself up to watch it because it's hard for me to watch. It's hard for me to watch it, and it's a little bit scary. Honestly, like okay, y'all, I'm scared of everything. Y'all, I already told y'all I don't watch scary movies. I cannot watch that documentary sitting in the dark. Something about it scares me. Not like I think that R. Kelly's gonna, jump through a window and come and get me. First of all, I'm way too old for his ass, so that's not even in the that's not even a possibility. But it's just something about the tone of it that's very dark and heavy, and so it is taking me a minute to get through it. So, is there something that y'all would like to talk about? Vondi, actually, there was a lot that I learned just about the whole Aaliyah thing, which they discussed in the first part. And that's kind of the only thing that I kind of do wish that they left alone, only because she is dead and gone now. I won't say that she's not here to defend herself because she was a child at the time and she doesn't need to defend herself, but just because she can't speak for herself and tell her side of things. I kind of wish that they had left that out, but there was a lot of things that came up about Aaliyah alone that I didn't know about. But I didn't know about, all of these separate victims and how he's paying off Aaliyah $100 for her silence about the marriage. And then the girl he gave mono to, she ended up, that mononucleosis ended up turning into some other disease and she got paralyzed. He gave her mom $1,000 to send her off, to so he could get on with the next one. I didn't know the details of that sex tape because I never watched the sex tape, but I mean, I didn't know that he's basically using this 13-year-old girl as a fucking toilet. There was a lot that I didn't know. A lot that I didn't know about that. Let's see here. Nay West says, "Oh, it's a list of things I could point out about R. Kelly's victims." She says, "We can. I don't mind hearing other people's perspective." Okay, a call in on R. Kelly. Yeah, if y'all would like to do that, then we can plan that like maybe for Saturday, 3:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. Nay West says, "Oh, I'm a super sensitive person, so I cried most of the time all the way to the end, and I was a little angry." It is sad for me to watch it. It's sad, and I don't know why I feel so scared. Like I literally feel scared when I'm watching it, y'all. I can't explain it. Vondi, let's say, what more is there to know? And Right Away says, "I feel like the fourth part I didn't need anymore." Okay, so you weren't you the one, Right Away, who were saying that you couldn't find it, but you were able to find it, and so you stopped watching after the fourth part? Is that what you said? Vondi said, "We need a document on Kevin Spacey, Weinstein, Woody Allen, Hugh Hefner." Yeah, you know what? And I agree with that, Vondi. And I kind of wish, I was listening to your comments when I let you know that that's what I was streaming about when we came and rated your live stream. But I hate when people, obviously, and you know, on my channel, everybody gets it. Everybody who's fucked up, they get it. And I don't mind talking about the, Woody Allens and Roman Polanski's of the world. My issue with R. Kelly and his victims is that they are Black girls that nobody cares about. So when you get into talking about, the Harvey Weinstein's of the world, you're talking about white actresses who make $20 million a picture. They'll be okay. These little Black girls and little girls of color, because there is, at least I've seen one Latina victim, not necessarily so, And so for me, it's not about the man, it's about, the victims that are my concern. And where is the concern for these little Black girls? When you're talking about those people you listed, then you're talking about, white victims, many of whom have some resources that these little Black girls don't have. So I'm not here for, well, what about them? It's not that, when people talk about Bill Cosby, well, what about, Harvey Weinstein? He needs to be in jail too. Well, he needs to be in jail also. It's not that Bill Cosby shouldn't be in jail. It's not that R. Kelly shouldn't be on trial. They should, along with those other people, not instead of, So I hate when people use that, and it's like, why is it that when we're talking about Black people being accountable for what they do, then we got to bring up, well, what about this white person? What about that white person? Okay, so what? Fuck them, and they'll hopefully get theirs, hopefully. But anyway, that's just kind of how I look at that. Right Up Boy says no one should watch the tape. Is child porn, not a normal sex tape. And I don't even watch porn. I don't watch people's sex tapes. There's nothing about pornography that turns me on personally. If that's something that couples like to do together, then that's their business. It's not for me. But yeah, I didn't realize that, this tape was being so widely distributed, and like people were literally men sitting up in barber shops watching this tape like it's just entertainment. I didn't realize the enormity of it, when it was going on, because it was kind of just something that I thought, well, everybody knows how he is. Like, why are people looking at this tape? Or what? I kind of felt like Vondi, like, what more is there to see? But apparently a whole lot. Vondi says Kelly should be punished for what he did, but man, I feel it's open season on Black males. I don't feel that it's any more open season on Black males than it is on white males, because I am hearing other names coming up. And so far, the only one who's in jail is Bill Cosby. R. Kelly should have been in jail years ago. I know a girl R. Kelly had sex with who went to high school with me when she was 17 and went backstage and went to an R. Kelly concert. I know about R. Kelly. And I could say this girl's name, but yeah, I feel like everybody's getting called out, but nobody's going to prison. Men are stepping down from their leadership roles in their companies, but Bill Cosby's the only one in prison. But I don't feel like any group of men is being singled out more than any other. That's just how I feel. But that doesn't mean that that has to be the way that you feel. Shut up, Bearded Yak, and midget porn is where it's at. Let's see here. Nawa says, I can't believe it was being passed around like that and people were watching it like there's nothing wrong. Yeah, that was how I felt about it. Nay West. Right away says I watched it all, but the last two parts were not needed. Okay. So I might watch the fourth part tonight after I'm done with this live stream, if I'm not too scared. Like literally, I kind of feel like I need to be watching that in daylight. I don't know what it is about the tone of this documentary that just scares me. Nawa says, yeah, those last parts were ridiculous. Is that right? So they were worse than what I already have seen in the first three parts? I don't see how they could be much worse. R. Kelly is worse than Harvey Weinstein because his victims were children. That's what I feel like. Yeah, like I put him more in the category with Roman Polanski and the things that we've heard of Woody Allen. You know, at least Harvey Weinstein was preying on grown ass women, some of whose stories are a little bit sketchy, I must admit. Let's see here. Why isn't the media bashing these whites? Their business is behind doors. I do feel like I mean, like, look at Les Moonves has stepped down, Harvey Weinstein has stepped down, but they're just stepping down. Matt Lauer, I do feel like it is a lot of white men who are getting, and I feel like it's actually more white men than black men. I can think of Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, and Russell Simmons off the top of my head as far as black men are concerned, but I can name probably more white men if I just sat here and tried to make a list. But why does it have to, like, if somebody did some fucked up shit, just everybody get called out? Good night, Nate West. Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate your being here. Thank you so much. I'm extremely disappointed with the parents that came forward. I gotta see, because like, yeah, I kind of feel like a lot of these parents were definitely involved in, you know, bringing their daughters to R. Kelly. Who the fuck takes their teenage daughter to this grown ass man after we already know what we know about Aaliyah? Like, you know, the stuff that happened in the beginning, then I you know, kind of have to say, well, maybe nobody knew or nobody was able to get all the information together, so, you know, everybody's innocent. But like 15 years later, you're still bringing your daughter to R. Kelly because he told her that he's going to give her a singing career. What are you thinking? 30 years later, you're still bringing your children to R. Kelly? What are you thinking? Exactly. If they wanted to get R. Kelly, they could have done it years ago. Why are they drawing this out now? It's suspicious to me. I mean, but the same thing could be said about Harvey Weinstein, since you want to make the comparisons. It's not suspicious to me. It's suspicious to me that they didn't do it years ago. But you know, if this is just a documentary that's being made now. So, but based off of this documentary, that open an investigation, and so if something finally happens to him this time, then good. Because I do feel like part of the reason that he was able to get away with it for so long is because his victims were little black girls and nobody cared. Yes, Bearded Yakin is full of random comments. I don't know if Naywes is still in here, but yeah. And I'm not going to be watching midget porn, but thank you for the recommendation, Bearded Yakin. But you don't hear about the white men like they bash black men. I'm sorry. I disagree. But it's just a disagreement, you know. We don't agree. That's just all that it is. Let's see here. Bill Cosby drugged people before he had sex with them, and R. Kelly did horrible things to children. I'm sorry, but as bad as what Harvey did is what he has done on the level I guess what you're saying is that it's not on the level of R. Kelly. Come on now. These accusers are at Kelly's concert, Ty. Not all of them, Von D. I have seen that there was an accuser who was at his concert. But and I'm not going to blame the accusers. Like, yeah, now some of these older women do look a little bit suspicious, but I'm not going to blame a girl for having sex with a grown man. Just because a girl is hot in the pants and she's throwing her ass in your face doesn't mean that as a grown man you need to accept it. I'm not. I can't defend R. Kelly, Von D. And if you can, then that's you. I can't. I cannot. Yes, Beardiak, you do a very good job of making the people laugh. Just as Handbricks, hey, how are you doing? So we have obviously veered off the subject once again. Yes, I'm side-eyeing Sparkle too, because I feel like Sparkle brought her niece to R. Kelly. I feel like she brought her niece to R. Kelly thinking that because of her connection with him, that he would get her a record deal or put her on, and the way that she's saying, like, how could he do this to my family? I feel like something about the way that she's talking makes me feel like she knew exactly what he was already about, but she figured because of the relationship that she had with R. Kelly, that Sparkle had with R. Kelly, that, oh, well, he's not going to do that to my niece. He's going to treat my niece differently because me and him, we're cool. We have a relationship. He's not going to be treating her like he treats the rest of those little 12 and 13-year-old and 14-year-old girls. He's not going to be trying to fuck on my niece. He'll save that for those other little girls that he gets off the street. That's how I feel. That's the attitude that came across from Sparkle to me. Let's see here. Vondi says, I'm just saying, Ty, watch how the media portrays things. That's all. I am, but to me, Vondi, it's hard to, and you know me, Vondi, or the way that I talk about things. When I feel like there is some kind of unfair media treatment of black men, like after they get killed by the police, then the first thing people want to do is, oh, well, he had some marijuana on him. Oh, well, he got arrested, in 2011 because he got in a fight with somebody. Like, I watch how things play out. And I think that I'm very honest and fair about how I see it, but I don't see it for R. Kelly. All I see is a dirty old monster when I look at him. Right Boy says Drea knew more than what she was saying. Yeah, I 100% believe that Drea knew more than she was saying, and I think that Drea just thought that her niece would be special because she is Sparkle. Drea, I'm sorry, did you say Drea? Kelly, Drea is the wife. Drea, definitely, yes. She's even done some stuff that's made me side eye her since like about maybe 2 years ago or something. She was all on social media talking about how she wanted people to go to R. Kelly's concert so that she could get her child support or whatever, spousal support or something, and being kind of braggadocious about being his ex-wife. And so I don't take her. I wonder how much of this shit is acting that I'm seeing from Drea. I don't know how much of her stuff I can believe. Let me see. This is old news though. This is Justice Hambricks. My question is, will this help the black community speak more on dirty family secrets, or is it still protect regardless of the victim? I do wonder, Justice Hambricks, because unfortunately, there are lots of R. Kellys in our families, and I think that if black families are honest, and I know that it's not just black families, but since we're talking about R. Kelly and we're talking about black people, we know that there's that one uncle, that you don't take the kids around. You be sure that if you have the kids anywhere near him, that you holding the kids' hands, you're not gonna let the kids run off with this nasty uncle, and so often families turn a blind eye to things like that. But yeah, at least it has a conversation going. And hopefully, you know, there will be more calls and reports. And I do think that I also heard that sexual abuse reporting has gone up since this docu-series has aired. So I do think that something positive will come out of it. Let's see, Sparkle was way too calm talking about too. Yeah, Sparkle was. And someone did that to my, if someone did that to my family, I would not be able to keep calm. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm giving Sparkle and Drea the side eye. It's the grown women, like, or the women who were grown when they were dealing with him, who I'm like really looking at with a major side eye. Stuff like this has happened in the Black community forever. Every time the girl is the blame, she's too fast, they ask for it, etc. Exactly, Justice Hammers. That's what I'm hating that I'm seeing is so many people like, oh, well, them girls, they was throwing their ass at him. They, you know, wanted it. They, you know, like, I don't care what they wanted. If they were, you know, 14, 13, 15 years old, I don't care. I don't care. Like, no. I'm not going to give a grown ass man a pass just because he couldn't resist the wiles of a 13-year-old because she was throwing her ass in his face. You say no. You say no, take your little hot ass home with you. I don't fuck with children. That's what you do if you're not a nasty fucking bastard. Yes, R. Kelly was molested as a child also. That came out in it as well. And I don't care. Like, so you repeat the cycle of abuse because you know enough to know that it's not right. Otherwise, you'd just be doing it out in the open. You know, like, I'm not going to make excuses for R. Kelly. He doesn't get a pass for molesting little girls. He doesn't. And you're right, Beardy Yakin. It is in all families. It is. And I'm talking about Black families now because I'm talking about this particular Black man. But yeah, it is in all families. It is. We all know, you know, there's that one uncle you just, at the family reunion, you keep your kids close. Yes, I think that R. Kelly needs help. I think that he needs help, and I think that he needs imprisonment. He needs help and punishment. Something is wrong with him, for sure. And I told y'all before any of this stuff ever came out, you know, last year, I was telling y'all why, of all things, is he going to call himself the Pied Piper of R&B when we know the story of the Pied Piper? That's who he selected to be called. This Negro doesn't even play a flute. He doesn't play a horn as much as far as I know, but that's the name that you pick. Like, and that's kind of what the documentary pointed out, is that R. Kelly's been hiding in plain sight for all these years. Black women are seen as promiscuous, period. Even if we wear a hijab and a cloak, but everyone else is not labeled as fast. Black women's femininity is always shut down. That is very true. And like, even Chance the Rapper had to come out and, you know, apologize for his statement, like we talked about. I think, was that on a Sunday Funday that we talked about that? You know, he just came out and just said, well, I didn't believe the victims because they were Black girls. Like, what the fuck does that mean? And then he's, you know, comes out with the apology saying that we took it out of context. Like, no, the fuck we didn't. What does that mean? That just means I can't trust Black women. Like, no, we didn't take it out of context. Shut up. Age ain't nothing but a number, should have been enough to get him gone. Yeah, like, and then that song Vibe, you know, he's naming all these girls who got that vibe, and he says little cute Aaliyah's got it. She's got that vibe. Aaliyah was 12 when he wrote that about her. Most people that are abused don't go on and do the same as those kids. That's true. Like, I mean, I know people in my family very close to me who've been sexually abused who did not repeat that cycle. You know, you for a lot of people, they know, like, that made me feel like shit. I would never inflict that pain on someone else. R. Kelly went the total opposite direction and said, everybody's going to get some of this smoke. So, you know, no, like, no. And even if the only person who could possibly get a pass is someone who truly didn't know that it was wrong. And when you don't know it's wrong, if it's just something that you do, then you just talk about it in the open. You don't try to cover it up the way that R. Kelly did. You would just be like talking about it like you talk about anything else on the phone. Yeah, I went to the grocery store today. I picked up some ham and cheese, and then this little 13-year-old girl came over. I fucked the shit out of her. Yeah, what's good? You would just talk about it like that if you didn't think anything was wrong, but you know that this shit is wrong, so you do what you can to cover it up. I don't think so, right, boy. I was sexually abused and never sought revenge, never thought about anything, found no excuses. Yeah, I think that y'all are saying the same thing. That they don't do it, that they don't go on to do the same. So yeah, Justice Hamricks and Ride Boy, y'all are on the same page. Everybody isn't the same. You can't assume that. No, I don't think that that's an assumption. I think that there is actually evidence out there. Who has stifled the voices of the males, Bondi? Yeah, and to look at the way that his tour manager, oh my God, looking the way that he was sitting there talking about, how he forged the documents so that R. Kelly could marry Aaliyah when she was 15. And he's just like, oh man, he loved Aaliyah. Just like, looking back and smiling and laughing like it's just such this fun and good nostalgic time. Negro, that was a child, and you helped him marry a child. Like, he needs to be in prison. Everybody who helped him out, who turned a blind eye, who, why has he got all these naked young girls in the studio? All of them need to be in prison. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I cannot cover for him. I don't have any sympathy for him because the abuse was systematic. He knew how to pick his victims. He knew exactly what he was doing. But yeah, if you're out in the open with it, then that's one thing. Then that makes me think you truly didn't know you were doing anything wrong. Hey, Mom, I went to the mall today. Met this 12-year-old girl. We got it on. I got it on videotape. Let me show y'all. See? But no, he knew how to keep that shit in private because he knew that it was wrong. So, I will find a way to struggle through these last 3 parts, and we can talk about that on Saturday because we got a number of things to talk about on Sunday. And if y'all have topics for me, then let me know. Always, y'all know y'all can hit me up on Twitter. Y'all can leave comments on my videos here if y'all have a story that y'all think is worthy of talking about on a Sunday. But I'm done with this stream, y'all. And I appreciate everybody. Even, me and Von D clearly don't see eye to eye on the R. Kelly thing, but I'm thankful that you're here. I wish that you could have called in when we were actually talking about it. Because I'm sure that everyone doesn't agree with me. And so there's somebody who would have been feeling your opinion. I'm not feeling it today, but hey, that's just this topic. Doesn't mean that that I don't love you. I do. But we just don't see on everything you're saying about this. But we do agree on the main point that he should be punished. And I agree with you that he needs help. So that is something. Yes, I do agree with Justice Hamricks that men need to speak out more and stop stifling other men. Yeah, I agree. Good night, Bearded Yak, and good night, all of you. I'm going to go on and get off of this stream and eat my broccoli and avocado, trying to get my body in shape so that I can be competition ready this year. I love y'all so much. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank y'all. I hope that if any new YouTubers came, or even the regulars, I hope that at least one person got some new support for their channel. I thank y'all so much for being here. Thank you, Ride Boy, for moderating. I saw that you had to delete a couple of messages in the chat. Didn't even see what they were, but I will trust your judgment. And I appreciate you all. Thank y'all for keeping the chat going. Thank y'all for sticking in here with me, because I was gonna have to scrap this call, this live stream, and then we got the call from Jersey Kickboxing, or Daquan Farrington. So I appreciate that. And then As always, the icing on the cake, my super chats. Thank you very much. You Not Ready 365 and Mrs. LP. I put them as one because they are a couple, so I thank them. And thank you, Rhino Boy. I gotta come earlier. This was good. Yeah, thank you, Bondi. I appreciate it. And hey, we don't see eye to eye, but we can disagree respectfully. I really wish that you could have called about the R. Kelly thing, just because, obviously you're passionate about how you feel about it, and I know that there's some people who feel the way that you do, and so I would have liked for you to have been able to voice your opinion about that at that time, but it's all good. We'll come back to some topics, and we will talk about the docu-series. So if you want to call in, then I'm sure there's going to be some people who agree with you. Everybody doesn't agree with me just because they're here. But thank you so much. Justice Handbricks, Beardy Yakin, keeping us laughing. Tammy was in the house. Everybody was here. We got the new lady, Nate West, in the house. Like, thank you all. I really do appreciate it. Animations Real was in the house. Thank y'all. I love y'all. I hope y'all have a good night, and I will plan to see y'all Saturday. Let's say 3:00 p.m. Central Standard Time, and that should give me enough time to finish watching the rest of the R. Kelly docu-series, and we can talk about it, whatever y'all want to talk about regarding it. Von D, I welcome you to come and give your opinion on it, and I'll just shut up and listen. And then when you hang up, I'll tear your opinion to shreds. No, but like I said, I know that somebody's going to be agreeing with you. Good night, Rido Boy, my moderator extraordinaire and ride or die live stream guy. So I love y'all. I'm going to just say peace out to everybody. I hope y'all all have a good night, and I'll see y'all on the next stream, and I'll be visiting your channels. I love y'all. Peace out. Good night. I'm counting it down from 10, and then I'll shut the stream. 10, 9. Thanks, Von D. I appreciate it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good night, y'all. I love y'all. I'll see y'all around these YouTube streets.